Good morning, everybody. You know what it is. It's Good Morning Nation. Welcome to Rated Tape. I appreciate everybody being with the channel today. I see that man SVT just commented. That boy funny. We're gonna get the morning started though. It's 8:47 right now. Looking at the time, we are on the West Coast. If you didn't know, so it's gonna probably be a few hours ahead if you're on the East Coast. It is July 25th. And we just getting the week started. It's Monday. You know how we do. Every Monday, we got a Good Morning Nation segment, and we got to talk about what's transpired throughout the week since the last Good Morning Nation. Now, we know we got training camp that's been going on. Let me take care of this real quick. But first things first, you know how we do. Let me get that thumbs up to make sure the video is good, make sure the audio is good. I need to make sure there's no technical difficulties before we get this thing really started. And I'm going to hop into the comments here shortly, give everybody a shout out. Love to see everybody in the chat already. That's what I'm talking about, folks. This man right here, SVT. This man, SVT, going to start early, man. He going to start early. You going to get it started early with the – are we going to start it? No. There ain't no debate between Ford and Chevy, dog. There ain't no debate. There's no debate at all. I'm sorry. There's no debate. You know, SVTs know what it is. Hey, did you mean to put that Chevy over Ford? Did you mean to put that? I'm surprised you put that. I thought you was a Ford guy. That's crazy. But give me the thumbs up. I see the thumbs up by Mike Morris. I see the thumbs up by my guy, Carlos. Appreciate you, Carlos, for giving me the thumbs up. We're going to get this show started. So in today's show, we're going to talk about a few topics. We're going to be talking about the coaches. NFL coaches actually came out with their rankings. NFL coaches came out with their rankings for every quarterback in the league. So we're going to be able to look at Derek Carr's ranking based on the coaches in the league. You know what I mean? That's going to be something fun to look at. Also, we're going to talk about wide receiver 2 spots. Some rumors have been coming out of camp, as well as some rumors coming out of camp on the offensive line, and also top 3 buy or sell positions. Okay, this is going to be a top 3. So you guys make sure you guys stick around for that top 3 because it's going to be a buy or sell. Are you going to buy or sell a certain player at a position, starting or not starting? And we're going to have that towards the end of the show after we get this thing warmed up. But let me go ahead and hop into the comments, man, because I want to show everybody love that pulled up on us, especially earlier, man. David V is in the building. Only One Nation. Love to hear it, man. KB is in the building. What's good with it, man? Shout out DC. You know what it is, man. 202 is in the house. Let's do this. Good morning to KB. Raider Wolf is in the building. 562, yes, sir. Let's make it happen, brother. 909 in the building. Let me know where y'all shouting out from, man. Let me know. Drop that area code so we can get the whole nation cracking. JB is in the building. Salute to the folks. What's good with you, man? Appreciate you being with us. Snyder, what's good with you, man? Giving out the virtual hugs. What the hell you doing, Snyder? Talking about some virtual hugs. I know you ain't do that on purpose. What he say? He said big fingers, I guess. I hope not. He said, good morning, Ray. Eminem is in the building. What's good with you, man? Appreciate you being with us, man. Just tell Caleb good morning as well. Shout out Caleb. You know who Caleb is. Wide receiver 2 is Waller. I heard that a lot, but we know he's a tight end. Cousin Prez is in the building. Prez, what's good with you, folks? Glad to see you with us this morning. Everybody, I hope you guys have a great morning. I hope you guys started school right, started work right, started the gym right. Just start your week right. Let's get it going, man. Ian Slayer says, good morning from Henderson, Nevada. You right outside the stadium, man. You probably go take a shower with the players on. That more wild. Roll call on those little Fords. Yeah, man, I don't do the Ford. I've never owned a Ford in my life. I'm more of a GM Chevy. I'm more of a GM Chevy kind of guy. You know what I mean? TC said Toyota. I'm not even going to lie, though. I've been capping this whole time. Shout out TC because I drive a Toyota. Oh, snap. That's crazy. I don't even have an old school no more. But let's go ahead and get this show started, y'all. After I see what everybody from 951 is in the building. Alex S. Lancaster 661. I know we got a few people from Lancaster up in this thing, man. 808. Shout out to the Nature Boy. Appreciate you always pulling up on me, especially on Instagram, Nature Boy. We always chopping it up. 716, let's get it. Shout out to 716. I'm not even sure. What's the 716? Because 716, what's Houston is 713. I don't even know how I know that. But what's good with it, Vinny? He says, what's up, Ray? 330 Y-Town, Ohio. Shout out to Ohio. You feel me? Never been there. But shout out to Ohio. 209, that's where I was born. I was born in that 209, brother. Stanislaus County. Shout out to the 209. Always got love for 209. Eric Delk as well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. AJ Simpson from that Yee town. Yes, sir. From the city. Shout out to the city, man. Shout out to the city, man. For real. For real. 714 in the building. Yes. 408 in the 209. SVT. I hear you, folks. 408. What is that? East Bay? That East Bay, like San Jose? Remind me. 860. That's a new one. 860. Shout out to the 860. I don't even know what that is, man. What's the 860? Someone let me know. 323. Shout out Watt SoCal. A lot of people from SoCal in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But let's go ahead and get this thing going, y'all. Let's go ahead and get this thing going, y'all. Okay. EG, what's good with you, man? Let's get this thing going. I want to pull up first things first that I wanted to pull up. We got some explaining to do. We have some explaining to do because I know y'all heard the rumors. I know y'all heard the outlets. Derek Carr, a Hall of Fame quarterback, quoted by Davante Adams. This is kind of, it's not even a debate, yo. I can't even call this a damn debate, okay? Before we hop into this, can y'all do me a favor? Do me one favor. Everybody in the chat right now, do me one favor. And go hit that like button. That's all you got to do. Raid that like button and make a play and hit the subscribe button if y'all new here. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it, man. Davante Adams got some explaining to do. Now, if you guys think Derek Carr is a Hall of Fame quarterback, put right now in the comments if you think Derek Carr is a Hall of Fame quarterback in the NFL. Right now. Because Davante Adams got some explaining to do. And he does explain. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it up for you guys, and we're going to tune in to what Davante Adams has to say about his explanation on Derek Carr being a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Let me say this, just so this can be everywhere as well. And being a rapper is
y'all can hear this, right?
I say you gotta have the bars, obviously. You know you gotta have the bars. You gotta have the lines gotta be there. But a very, very vital and critical piece of being a rapper is the delivery, right? I wasn't a great rapper the other day. What I'm not gonna do is take away from that statement because why is Derek not a Hall of Fame? You know, but what I meant, I left one key word out of there because that's not exactly what I meant. But I do think that Derek's career is Hall of Fame worthy, and why not? I mean, you know, people can say that about this guy, that guy. What I would say is, does he have the MVPs right now? You know, no. Has he won a Super Bowl? Not yet. You know, that's obviously what we're chasing. But what I meant to say was, even if you go Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer, it's an adjustment. You know, I mean, like, even if it is Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer, there's going to be an adjustment. I wasn't saying Hall of Famer Aaron to Hall of Famer Derek. So I'm not retracting my statement at all. Like I said, Derek's career.
All right, I've heard enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I heard enough. Look, DC is not a Hall of Fame quarterback. Let's just be honest. If you guys have been following me since I started YouTube, which has been a little over a year now, I've gone to bat for Derek Carr every single time. Every single time it came down to it. But this one right here, oh my goodness. Yeah, you really got to be careful with your words because when you start saying Hall of Famer, there was no way he was talking about Derek Carr being a Hall of Famer. SVT says it was taken out of context. I heard that. Duran, it wasn't what he meant. Understand. Pull up. Yeah. I pulled it up, brother. That's why I wanted to bring it up because I knew he had clarified. Mike Moore says, not right now, but that could change with some playoffs and some Super Bowl wins. Now, let's be honest, man. Derek Carr would have to win probably like 2 Super Bowls to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. Let's be honest. He would have to probably win about 2 Super Bowls to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. Now, the best way I could really think about this is, would you guys consider Matthew Stafford a Hall of Fame quarterback? Because look, don't you know what I mean? Don't bite my head off yet, but you got to think Derek Carr and Matthew Stafford have been in somewhat similar situations, right? Matthew Stafford being on the Lions, he went to the Rams, won a Super Bowl, was able to, you know what I mean, show off what he can do, but He won a Super Bowl. And Derek Carr has yet to do any of those things. And if you're willing to say Derek Carr is a Hall of Famer, but Matthew Stafford isn't, then that's a bit of a reach. You know what I mean? And that's coming from a Raider fan. I don't think Derek Carr is a Hall of Famer. But if you were to say Stafford is a Hall of Famer, Stafford, you know what I mean? Then you would have to, then it's kind of like, I don't know. You have to think about that comparison, you know? Raider Wolf says, you're not a Hall of Fame content creator. Shit, man, this is my sophomore year. Shit, I barely just got into the league. I barely got to the league last year. What you talking about, bro? You said you ain't a Hall of Fame content creator. Shit, man. And I'm not there yet. I'll be humble. I'm not there yet. That's fine. I will get there. Trust me. I'll get there because, you know, I just do my thing, man. I do my thing. You feel me? I'll do my thing. But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out Raider Wolf. I know you over here messing with me, man, trying to give me a hard time. I ain't no Hall of Fame content creator yet. I know. And the reason why I'm not a Hall of Fame content creator is because you don't hit the like button, Wolf. It's because you don't hit the like button. It's all Raider Wolf's fault, man. That's what it is. Gilbert says that's a good comparison. You really got to say it is because Matthew Stafford and Derek Carr were pretty much compared almost their whole career. And I remember prior to the last season when Keyshawn Johnson came out saying that Derek Carr was better than Matthew Stafford, he brought up the stats, he compared the two, and Derek Carr had better stats than Matthew Stafford. So this is a proven fact. So when you progress to today, and you just think, okay, if Derek Carr were to have a team like the Rams and Aaron Donald, the Jalen Ramsey on that defense, a top-tier defense, and then you got OBJ, Cooper Kupp, Roy Woods, just a bunch of weapons, he's going to probably look like a Hall of Fame quarterback. Eric Dell, put Carr on the Packers, and he's a Hall of Famer, no doubt. It's tough to say, man. It's really tough to say. It is really tough to say, man. I don't know about that one. DC is about to go back-to-back Super Bowls this year and next. Yo, you know what? Hopefully, because we got the Super Bowl coming to Vegas. And could you guys imagine playing a Super Bowl at home in Vegas? That would be crazy. Vegas would explode. I think one would do it because he would bring it to a Raiders team that's, damn, boy, you're going to give me a brain aneurysm. You go ahead and retype that one, bro. All I heard is I'm finna make him a Hall of Famer. Omar. Yo, shout out Omar. I feel you, brother. Look, I hope they get that connection and they get the ball rolling. What's good? I missed you. I have a question. Name top 5 best receivers. Top 5 best receivers in the league right now. Top 5 best receivers ever. Or are you talking about just Raiders football? Cash Store, Stafford has a legacy. Now Carr don't have one yet. Yeah, Carr don't have a legacy yet. He's still got to build upon that. May Spitfire says if Carr had Megatron at any point in his career, he would probably be closer to an elite quarterback than what we know of now. Because Calvin Johnson was a dog, and we were supposed to actually draft him. The rumor is we were supposed to actually draft Megatron. So, and Megatron's my second favorite wide receiver. My favorite player of all time is Tim Brown. He's a wide receiver, so he'd make my favorite wide receiver. But my second favorite player of all time, Calvin Johnson. And imagine that we could have had him. We could have really had him on the team. So, what did he say? David V said, Sanjeet Hall of Fame. Sanjeet's definitely in the Hall of Fame, bro. Sanjeet's an OG. That's my brother. I would put him in the Hall of Fame quick. I put him in the Hall of Fame like that. We came up together too. We grew up in the city. We played on high school football together. Me and Sanjeet go way back. They real sensitive, Ray. You doing your thing. You up there. No, it's all good, bro. I don't be tripping off of that. Notice I didn't get all mad or I didn't get mad or nothing like that. I've only been doing this for a year now. And you know what, though? I'm about to clap back real quick because although you might say I'm not in the Hall of Fame of content creators, go ahead and name a content creator that's willing to debate with me. That's all I'm going to say. Name a content creator that's willing to debate with me on camera, live. Come up with a debate and sit there and actually go back and forth with me because I've crushed most content creators out there when it came to a debate. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep it 100. Most content creators that debated with me, I done crushed their ass in nearly every debate. I'm sorry. So it's I may not be in the Hall of Fame, but let them boys come up and try to debate with the kid, and you about to get smoked. I'll be smoking these mugs when it comes to a debate. Okay? Because let me tell you something. Just last year, when everybody was talking that ish about Derek Carr, and I was smoking their damn boots, now all of a sudden you notice how some content creators will go from being one way and saying one thing, and then all of a sudden they'll change the narrative and they'll start saying something different. I don't like this guy. I like that guy. He looks really good. I like the way he looks. He looks good. He's gonna do this, that, and the third. And then all of a sudden the season comes around and everything changes, right? So it's like you might like one person, but if you like consistency, if you like someone that stands on what they say on their word, then you gonna mess with Ray the tape. Because I've stood on everything I said since the beginning of since I even started. When I said I go to bat for Derek Carr, I went to bat for him throughout the whole season. At the beginning of the season, when I said the offensive line was my biggest worries, I stuck with that. And what happened? That offensive line was a damn atrocious. When I said the wide receiver group was looking scary, as in looking bad, at the beginning of last season, everybody was like, you're tripping, dog. Henry Ruggs, we got this, we got that. And look what happened. That shit disappeared. So if y'all want to come over here and you feel me, get that consistent work, someone that's going to stand on your word, then you're going to get it over here. I'm going to stand on my word. I'm not going to say something at the beginning of the season and then all of a sudden change it towards the end of the season. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to ride some coattail or something. That's one thing I won't do. All right? So at least give me that. You can keep the Hall of Fame, but shit, at least I stay loyal to what I say. I'll be the Dame Lillard of this shit if I got to, okay? I'm going to stick to my roots. Let's see what we got Carlos Luna said, yo, Ray, how is our secondary any better than last season? So this is a good question, Carlos, before we actually hop into these few segments, bro, because this is something that I've kind of touched on, especially when me and Sanjeet was talking about the defense in our defensive breakdown when we did Merrick and Mullen. So the reason I wanted to bring this up is because this is the reason it's a good time to bring this up is because this defense isn't proven. And I just kind of want to talk about it just a little bit that, I feel like going into this season, we are very, very excited, right? We're very excited. We have a lot of new faces. We got Josh McDaniels. We have everything you already know. I don't need to go over the list. So I feel like every year we're excited for the new year, right? Like Raider fans, we're winning the Super Bowl every year. No, we're not like that. But we're not Cowboys fans. But I digress. We are excited about this season. Now, have we ever stopped to think like, okay, we have a lot of new pieces. And we might not do as good as everybody thinks, right? The expectations is we should be going to the Super Bowl. We should at least get to the AFC Championships. But what happens if the secondary does crumble? What happens if Patrick Graham isn't able to teach them soon enough to where they can have that communication? What happens if that defensive tackle room isn't strong enough to be able to actually get them edges to get to the quarterback? It only takes a couple injuries, one or two, to really change the entire defense. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens going in. We definitely have to prove ourselves. Lee Vitale said Ray doesn't change his opinion with the win. Yeah, shout out DV, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Appreciate you pulling up on us. Raider Wolf said chill out. Yo, I'm chill, bro. I'll be chill as hell. Eric Delk, no doubt, Ray. You on your ish. Yes, sir, brother. You know I'm finna be on that. Yo, M85 says Ray always taking digs at other creators. I didn't even say one thing is I didn't say one word about no other creator. I didn't mention nobody else. I didn't say nobody else's name. All I said was I stand on what I say. Okay, that's it. I stand on what I say and what I do. So don't sit here and try to play with me. With facts too, I seen Ray going against Dubois, clown face. Josh Dubois, funny as hell, man. Digi Prayer says we need another Cash Lord debate. Oh man, that shit was funny. Cash Lord funny as hell. Quiet Storm says keep grinding the way you do. Hall of Famer in progress. Good morning, nation. Shout out Quiet Storm, man, for dropping them words. Yes, sir, man. You know what I mean? We just barely out our rookie year. You know, y'all gonna give Cole Miller 3-4 years to progress. Y'all gonna give me a year? That's crazy. That's crazy. Just live, man. See, y'all can't be talking about other content creators up on here, man. I'll debate anybody, Gilbert Batista says, I'll debate anybody. Hey, I'm down. If you ever want to get that cracking, I'm down. Lacerio says, dang, my cousin. Shout out your cousin, because bro gonna keep it legit. Ray, today's live gotta go 2 hours. Hell, boy. Hey, if you get somebody, if I end up in a debate, man, I might end up going the house. You know what I mean? In the league, also, you can maybe play Madden or nah. What's that mean, brother? What's that mean? Eric Delk, do you think we can start off the season if needed with Neil Farrell and Butler? No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think they would get manipulated in the interior of that defense. I feel like they would get manipulated. They're not experienced enough, and people would be able to run it up the gut against us the entire time. And that's why I was saying I would be worried. In my last live, my number one, I gave my top 3 concerns from training camp, and my number one concern was the defensive tackle room. And then just a few days later, we hear that on the pup is Bilal Nichols and Jonathan Hankins. So that's 2 defensive tackles that we brought in as veterans to come in and establish this defensive line, defensive tackle room that are actually on the ineligible to play. So, you know, that's why it was my number one concern. I definitely want to see what this defensive line could do. Jonathan, what's good with you, man? He says, morning, Raid. What do you think of the wide receiver group? They've been saying that everyone has been looking good. So this is a good chance to go ahead and jump into that wide receiver talk, man, because I've been hearing a lot about Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins, man. Mac Hollins. What do you guys think about Mac Hollins being the wide receiver too? Because for those who don't know, it came out that Mac Hollins has been actually starting alongside Davante Adams. And I didn't think Mac Hollins would actually be an established piece on this offense, I would say. You know, I was really looking more at like a Keelan Cole because I felt like a Keelan Cole has gone out there and started for teams, right? Every team Keelan Cole has played for, I believe he started for. Now, he's not a superstar number 1 receiver, but he's definitely along the lines of a Zay Jones, but potentially better. May Spitfire says Matt Collins smile. Okay. Sounds like Hollins is the guy until proven otherwise. You know, it's wide open. The wide receiver 2 spot is wide open. And I say just to clarify, I say wide receiver 2 spot because I consider Hunter Renfrow as the dominant slot. So when I say wide receiver 2, don't think I'm saying Hunter Renfrow's our third best or anything. I'm just saying the guy that's going to line up next to Davante Adams. Just Live says, yes, 6'4", 4'4" speed and has hands, dangerous in the red zone. That'd be crazy. I would love to see Hollins come out and play very well. He's a big body guy. He has a lot of size. Derek Carr would definitely be able to get the ball to him. So that'd be a great combination. I'd be very surprised. Rudder Wolf, is Collins new on the team? Collins, yeah, Collins is new. We just signed him this year, and he's going in, and we're going to he's been starting as far as training camp. He has ran, I should say it this way. He has ran with the first team multiple times. So it's looking like he's getting some work there, and he's been impressive. Yes, Wolf. Shout out to Wolf, man. I could Hollins that too, but the sounds of it, if that's true, Red, got to do the Hollins mile. I've been hearing about that Hollins mile. We'll have to see about that. Tay said Hollins got some good speed. So being tall and speedy can be nasty in the red zone. Most definitely. It's interesting to hear Hollins coming out of the camp, being 28 years old, getting some good word coming out of camp, and being that he doesn't have a lot of action in his career, you know, being that he's played with a couple of teams already. He hasn't really been a starter like that. So it'd be interesting if he'd be here. If he balling with his size, I'm with it, but T. Johnson got the burners. Yeah, Tyron Johnson is probably at the bottom of the depth chart, but I think with his skill set, we definitely have to find somewhere to fit him in, especially while we still have him on the roster. Because I'm surprised that, if they didn't want to use him, I feel like they would have got rid of him. But the fact that he's still here with us during training camp, love to see it. It means he still has an opportunity. Shout out Advocacy in the building. What's good? What is it, man? Appreciate you pulling up on us. Shout out NorCal Jesse, another member of the channel. Appreciate you being a member, folks. SBT, DC knows how to place the ball for our players to win a 50-50 ball. We just need a wide receiver that can go up and get it. I think Hollins is that guy. Hollins definitely would be able to be that guy. A lot of those catches, a lot of those passes that Brian Edwards wasn't able to get, Hollins probably will be able to get. I wasn't a big fan of Brian Edwards, so I'm glad that, we went out and we just completely replaced the whole wide receiver room, basically, if you think about it. Castor, we'll debate midseason, see how Derek Carr is doing because all the excuses out the door. Hopefully he balls out. Yeah, 100%, Castor, 100%. And I'm not going to be sitting there debating Derek Carr if he's not playing well because, like I said, like I've been saying this whole offseason, Derek Carr and what Castor is saying here, I agree with. Derek Carr in previous years has had seasons to where he had excuses, okay? Now, if we go into this year and a bunch of stuff happens like, somebody gets hurt and the defense isn't playing well, then it's going to go back down to the same old excuses. But going into this season, there are no excuses because you have Chandler Jones, Max Crosby on one side of the ball with Patrick Graham as DC, Josh McDaniels, Devontae Adams, Waller, the whole offense. There's no excuses. So definitely, Cash Lord, I agree 100%. There are no excuses for Derek Carr this year. There is none. Shout out to Agent Red for pulling up with us, man. He says, salute my brother Ray and the entire nation. Shout out to the whole nation in the building, man. If y'all can, hit that like button, y'all, so we can get the algorithm cracking, get those numbers up. Hopefully we have like 100 likes or something like that. And hit the subscribe button if y'all new here. Let's go ahead and hop into this other subject I wanted to talk about. But let's get to some of these member comments. Bleacher Report has us at 15, Chargers at 6, Donkeys at 10, and Chiefs at 6. So are the Chiefs at 6 or the Chargers at 6? Let me know, David V. Let me know. Thick Frame E says, Mack, Waller, Foster, Adams, and Renfro in the red zone is deadly. Definitely deadly. Quiet Storm says, I'm excited for this Hall of Fame game. Don't care if it's preseason or rookies. I'm hella excited just for Raiders football. Definitely, man. I'm excited for Raiders football. And just to think that we're barely like a week away. We're barely like a week away from some football, y'all. And just so you guys know, preseason and regular season, we will be doing a pre-game, okay? Just like last year we did pre-game, we will be doing pre-game this year as well. So make sure y'all pull up pre-game. It's going to be an hour before the game time. So we'll hop on an hour before the game, do a pre-game live, go ahead and talk it up about the preseason, see what we want to see about it, talk about what we want to see, and then about 15 minutes before the game, we'll hop off. So make sure you guys pull up an hour before every single game this year. We're going to be doing them pre-games. Going to definitely have to tap in with some folks. Hollins was a special teams captain at MIA. That leadership is great for us. Definitely, brother. You always want to bring in some leadership. Shout out to T-Raider for dropping that gem for us. Always want to see that. Raider Dangerfield dropped the gem as well. I appreciate y'all letting me know because I didn't know that. You know what I mean? That's why I need to do this stuff. That's why I need you guys around to give me some information. Let me know what's going on. But moving on, is Matt Collins your guys' number 2? Now, Cam says, just got on here. What are your thoughts on how we utilize Demarcus Robinson? He could give us great intel on KC. Now, as far as Demarcus Robinson, I think he's going to be able to come in and be a number 3 wide receiver. I've always thought he was a number 3 wide receiver ever since we brought him in because he should be able to play that role he did in KC to where he's able to come up with big plays. I think he could be this year's Zay Jones as well. Zay Jones was able to come up with big plays, and when it came down to the stretch, when it came down to times we needed somebody to step in and maybe somebody got hurt, nicked up a little bit to where they needed a guy to jump in and fill that spot, Demarcus Robinson, I feel like, will fill that void. He will fill that void, in my opinion. So, I think he's definitely a great wide receiver 3, Demarcus Robinson. He's a great guy coming off the bench. So, a lot of experience. And as far as intel on KC, I just remember a couple of times listening to some players that have changed teams And they said they honestly don't give a lot of intel. Like they really don't just sit there and give out the whole playbook or a bunch of calls. They don't really do all of that. But they definitely give like little tips here and there. So I think it'll help. But at the same time, I don't think it'll be that much of a difference. You got to think last year we got the Chargers defensive coordinator and a bunch of their players, and so their offense ended up smoking us that first game. And you'd think we'd have a little intel, but you know how that go. You know how that go, Cam. But I feel you, man. We'll see. Damian Bond says, I need Justin Hall to back up Hunter. Okay, you really want Justin Hall to play, man. You really want Justin Hall to play. I see another comment here. Okay. Shout out Damian Bonds for pulling up on us, man. I don't know if this is your first time here, but shout out to you for bringing up Justin Hall. AJ Simpson in the building says the number 2 receiver all depends on the matchup and what the defense is willing to give up. I think that's why we have so many different receivers with so many different skill sets. That's a good point, AJ Simpson, because just like you guys were saying about Matt Collins, how he's big, he's fast. Well, you have Demarcus Robinson, who's a little bit more twitchy, but he also has a little bit of speed, and he has some good, decent route running. He has some savviness to where he's able to get open. And then Keelan Cole as well is kind of like on the Demarcus Robinson. So something we definitely want to look at. Appreciate you bringing that up. So let's go ahead and hop into this right here. So with that being said, talking about Matt Collins, I want to bring up this article real quick. And it is buy or sell. So let me know down in the comments right now. This article is written by Christopher Knox. And it says buying or selling Raiders' top training camp performances. And it's considered Mac Hollins as a top training camp performance. So are you guys buying or selling Mac Hollins in the training camp? Let me know in the comments right now. Buy or sell. I want to know what you guys think. Buy or sell. This is number 1. And then after this, we're going to go down and check the next one. We're going to go down and check the next one. But as far as Mac Hollins, they say the highlights of the Raiders offseason thus far was a trade to acquire star receiver Devontae Adams, arguably the best wide receiver in the game, to team up with Derek Carr. As far less attention-grabbing acquisition, Miami Dolphins receiver Mac Hollins, he has been a star on the early Raiders camp. They say he comes out there every day and he puts in the work, running back Josh Jacobs says, per Vic Tafer. I'm excited to see about him. He's smart too. I don't think I've ever seen a guy pick up an offense so fast, honestly. And those are the words of Josh Jacobs on Matt Collins. Matt Collins is 28 years old. He averaged 15 yards of reception, so he probably didn't get a lot of looks, but he got a big yard. He got big yardage. He's 6'4", fast, and a physical wide receiver. High football IQ. That should translate into the regular season. Now let's go ahead and see what you guys think on this one. Buy. It looks like Raider Nation buys on Mac Hollins. Look like Raider Nation is definitely looking to buy on Mac Hollins. May Spitfire says buy. Chicano says buy as well. Agent Red, Tragedy Triumph, Brave Raider. I definitely hear y'all. I'm going to consider. This is a tough one. This is really a tough one for me. And I'll go ahead and consider this one. I'll go ahead and buy this one as well. I'll go ahead and buy this one as well because just along the lines of basically what this article said and everybody in the comments said, I agree with you guys, that he's just a big, physical, fast wide receiver. And if he really has the IQ that we're talking about, playing in this Josh McDaniels system is only going to be something that you really need to where you could be on the field that much more. Okay? If he's able to do more than one thing and he's able to pick up the playbook, then I think he's going to be able to be very valuable for us. And just like a couple of people from the nation were saying earlier, he was a captain on the Miami Dolphins special teams. So what makes you think that he couldn't come here to the Raiders and also provide us with some leadership in that aspect as well, and also transpire that leadership into the offense wide receiver room? So I love to hear that, love to see that. It seems like the nation is pretty much buying on this one. It's the first time I've seen us all agree in some time. Let's be honest. Cash Lord, Matt Collins could be hitting his peak late bloomer. 100%, Cash Lord. He's 28 years old. That is the prime for Mel. So we could definitely see him hit his prime. Dark Atheist says, what's good, Ray the Tape? Dylan Stoner has been impressing coaches in training camp. Hope he earns a spot. Okay, last I heard, Dylan Stoner was actually put on reserve, so we'll see what happens. If that's not correct, someone probably correct me if I'm mistaken, but that's the last I've heard. James Furpon with the building was good with you, brother. He says, if you play multiple positions, you will make the Raiders. And I think that's what Matt Collins will do. He'll provide us with a lot of utility, and he'll be able to be out there to do more than one thing. Without a doubt, I feel like he'll be able to do more than one thing. But let's go ahead and move on to number 2 on the list, as they considered Matt Collins a buy. Number 2 on the list is Deron Harmon. Now, I know some people have actually came out and said Deron Harmon could potentially be the starter for the Raiders. And I was thinking in my head, oh, man, if he starts for the Raiders, then Jonathan Abram is looking like it's on his way out. But before we actually dive into this one, I want to say ciao to my boy Frank for pulling up on us. And if y'all can, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make a play and rate that like button. We should have over 150 likes, y'all. Let's get it. But Deron Harmon, drop down in the chat right now. Let me know, do you guys buy Deron Harmon as a pickup? Do you guys buy Deron Harmon? And let me know, just to add a little bit to this one. Thank you for clarifying that, Raider Casper. Raider Casper drops the gem for us. He says, correct, Raid. Stoner was added to the pup list last week. So I appreciate you clarifying that for me. But just to add to this, Deron Harmon, a starter, and if he's a starter, then what the hell is going on with Jonathan Abram? That's what I need to know. I need to know, because I like Jonathan Abram. And the fact that he loses his job to Deron Harmon would be pretty bad. But it looks like the nation is once again buying on Deron Harmon. On this one. KB says, Raid, it's just been a week. We need to continually improve and evaluate our progress. I can't say yes or no to anyone. Shout out KB. KB taking a safe way out. He taking a safe way out. That's good, man. That's all good, KB. I see you, folks. I'm just giving you a hard time, KB. But AJ Simpson says buying. Brave Raider says buying. Alfred says buying. Harmon, 100%. Now, do you guys think that he will be the starter, though? What's up with the unknown? Shout out to unknown. QB in the building was good with a book. He says, what's up with the crash test dummy? Always run into someone or something ended practice early Sunday. Yeah, man. And that's a good point, Booker. I'm glad you brought that up, because I forgot. Those who don't know, Jonathan Abram is already running into his players at practice. So apparently, him and Roderick Teamer had ran into each other in practice and had to leave practice early because there was a collision. Now, let me go ahead and bring it up, see if I can bring this up and see what it said. This is brought to you by Raider Scout. And it says here, safety Jonathan Abram and Roderick Teamer are both doing fine after a collision today in practice. This was posted 19 hours ago, and it's believed neither suffered any injuries. Abram and Teamer were reportedly both attempting to make a play on the ball in 7-on-7 and collided. They were able to walk off the field on their own, but didn't continue practice. And then Wi-Fi Willie comments per Paul Gutierrez. So, I mean, I guess you got to source your information. Shout out to Wi-Fi Willie for always trying to source information. But, yeah, man, Booker, 100%, bro. Jonathan Abrams out here just putting the button on everybody again. So, hopefully he's able to clean that up. But, you know, fifth-year option. Jonathan Abrams better figure it out. Raider Rat Lizette says sell on Deron Harmon, though. Zebra says sell on Deron Harmon as well. Well, going to be ready week 1. He should be. That's the word. Brave Raider says reports saying everyone will play in the box. Yeah, he's always been playing. He's been playing the box for a while now. We say this every year, but Abrams been playing in the box every year. But shout out Brave Raider, as he should be. D Zombie says, I like him. If he starts, he earned. Okay. Raider Gamer says sell on Harmon. Chicano sell on Harmon as well. Okay. Ray, do you think we get an alternate black helmet like other teams are doing? I don't think we do. I don't think we do. If we ever change our helmets, that would be tough, bro. That would be tough. I'll be honest. That would be tough. But I don't ever want to change our helmets. That's me personally. I would rather have black uniforms and just keep our silver helmet. Because think about it. It's kind of like you said, Brave. It's kind of like you said. You think we get alternate black helmets like other teams. We should have been the first damn team to get an alternate black helmet. You feel me? Like the first thing I think of is like the Raiders should get a black helmet and all black uniforms. Like all black uniforms. What is taking then other teams? The Cardinals got a black helmet. Why the heck did the Cardinals get a black helmet? Hold on, this is what the Jets got a black helmet before the Raiders. The Jets. These mugs is white and green, and they got black helmets before the Raiders. So at this point, I'm like, I don't even want black helmets no more. Like, that's just, it's almost played out. It's like now we're just doing what everybody else is doing. I'd rather keep the original silver, have black pants, and a black jersey. It's that simple. So just keep the silver helmet and have black jerseys and black pants. That'll be, and it'll only make like the helmet pop more. It'll make the silver pop even more because everything's black. Now your helmet's silver. Not only that, Raider Nation. What other team actually like has a silver helmet? Not many. I think there's only 2 or 3. And the other team is the Cowboys. So it's kind of, and the Cowboys even changed their helmet and got an alternate helmet to a white one with like the blue. So it's like we might as well just keep it OG. We might as well be the only team in the league that is like, we're going to keep it OG and we're going to keep the same helmets. So at this point, that's the only way I feel like we could go out there and keep it original. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. AJ Ray says, need the black on black uniform, silver stripe down the pants. That's what I'm saving. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Lacerio says, Wi-Fi is a wild boy. Shout out Wi-Fi. Yeah, shout out Wi-Fi, man. Shout out Wi-Fi. That boy funny as hell. He funny as hell, man. I'm telling you. Selling the alternate helmets, bro. Our unis are classics. Yeah, I'm selling the alternate helmets. I'm not doing that. Okay, the Panthers, Lions, and the Cowboys. There we go. So it's 4 teams, not 3. It's 4 teams. So definitely Panthers, Lions, and Cowboys. You know what I mean? And then I think, okay, I don't even know if they got alternatives, but I'm cool with the silver helmets. But I would love to see the all black uniforms, y'all. I would love to see the all black uniforms. If y'all agree with me, you know what I mean? Knock on wood if you with me. Can we do that? Knock on wood if you with me. Okay. Detroit, yeah, we got Detroit. Everyone else wants to copy our colors. I'm surprised by all the black hats for other teams. Exactly, Eric. This is what I'm saying. Like, we should have been the first team with black helmets. Excuse me, with like first like alternative black helmets. But now that everybody else got alternative black helmets, it's like I don't even want them no more. I just want to keep it OG. But let's not get off too far off topic. All right, Deron Harmon. I think we were kind of split on this one. With Deron Harmon, I'm going to actually buy Deron Harmon. And the reason I say this real quick, is because Jonathan Abram, we don't pick up his 5th-year option. He's out there colliding in training camp already. We know he's a liability in coverage. Deron Harmon has experience and has a relationship already with some of this personnel. He has more of a relationship with the personnel than Jonathan Abram does. So I have to buy Deron Harmon. And not only that, Deron Harmon actually started. He's been a starter, and he actually wasn't bad. I know he's a little older, but he wasn't bad, and he played for the Falcons. So, you know, I definitely think he could be someone that starts. I have to buy Deron Harmon, unfortunately, y'all. So, you know what I mean? All right, now this is the last one, y'all. Number 3. Before we get to number 3, they actually sold on Deron Harmon, which is surprising. But before we get to number 3, chrome helmets, Leonard says, or Leonard. What the hell? I said that man name like I was in 1776, boy. I said Leonard. Leonard Silva says chrome helmets. Hear he, Leonard. I'll buy Harmon. I think 24 will play up on the line more. Yeah, I feel you. That's a good perspective as well. That's definitely a good perspective as well. Harmon is old. He a role player. He is old, but he did start for the Falcons last year. Not only that, I mean, we got Trayvon Merrick playing free safety, so we should be fine. And if you were to go to a too high safety, I wouldn't be worried about having Merrick and Harmon at too high. Now, if it's single high and you have Harmon single high by himself, then I would be more concerned because I don't know if his IQ overlaps his lack of making that first step because he's not that fast, right? So I don't know about him being single high, but being a too high, Harmon will get the job done, I believe. I don't know if we'd ever want to put him out there as a single high, though. Richard Snyder said, what do you think about the chrome helmets? Now, before we get to this last one, let me know. Buy or sell chrome helmets? Buy or sell chrome helmets? Let me know. Let me know. Buy or sell chrome helmets? I don't know if I buy chrome helmets because the reason I don't is because it just reminds me of college too much. It just reminds me of college and too flashy. And that's why I feel like the league is more, I don't know. We just want to keep it a little bit more classic. But although I don't want the chrome helmets, I love the chrome helmets. Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite helmets. Any alternative or mock-up helmet I've ever seen was the Raider chrome helmet. Those are my favorite one. But I would never want to see the Raiders wear it. I would never. I feel like it's more of like I don't know if the right word would be novelty. I don't know if the right word would be novelty, but I just like the way it looks. Now, as far as them actually wearing it and being part of the uniform, I would not want to. I would not want to have no chrome helmets. Chrome is too much, man. Selling that? Yeah, definitely, bro. Hard pass on the chrome. Facts. Bougie. Yep, 100%. Sell. Everybody's saying sell. That's way out. That's way out. Eric Doak says white would even be better. White would be different, but I don't know if we could do white, man. I'll be honest. Yeah, we're what? Yep, silver and black. We're not chrome and black. 100%. 100%. I hear you, folks. 100%. Yeah, see, I'm not with the chrome helmets either. I just like the way they look. Like if I had a chrome helmet and I just put it somewhere in my room, that shit would be dope. But as far as like wearing it on the field, like this ain't Oregon. We ain't the Oregon Ducks. You know what I mean? So, but let's go ahead and move on to this last one. Alex Leatherwood. Alex Leatherwood, buy or sell? Let me know down in the comments right now. Buy or sell on Alex Leatherwood. So it came out last week that actually Brandon Parker was getting some reps with the first team, but so was Alex Leatherwood. Also, what came out that Alex Leatherwood also looked good. He looked like a starting offensive lineman. He was looking quicker. It looked like he was coming up and progressing a lot better than what people were saying. Now, this is per Vinny Bonsignor, I believe, that said that Alex Leatherwood was looking better. So are you guys buying Alex Leatherwood or selling? Now, while you guys comment, I'm going to go over some of the dialogue. Alex Leatherwood is one of Las Vegas' biggest disappointments. Dang. This is what Bleacher Report is saying. Okay? One of the biggest disappointments. The Raiders moved him from tackle to guard after 4 games because Denzel Good suffered an ACL tear in week 1. According to Pro Football Focus, Leatherwood was responsible for 14 penalties and 8 sacks. Now, this is something we definitely have to see some improvement on. 14 penalties. Now, when we drafted him, the first thing I said was, oh, hell no. But the second thing I was concerned about was the fact that he led college in penalties. He led college in penalties. He came into the league. And then again, I believe he led the league in penalties. So we're going to have to see a drastic improvement because I don't think Josh McDaniels is going to fly for any shit like this. Okay? I don't think he's going to fly for having 14 penalties. Now, giving up sacks as a rookie is something a rookie's going to do. But holy smokes, bro. 14 penalties? That is ridiculous. And these penalties are crucial because an example is week 1 of going up against the Ravens. We had a situation where it was 4th and inches, 4th and 1. And we were going for it. But Alex Leatherwood, because he jumps off sides, we got pushed back to a 4th and 5 or a 4th and 6 and some change. And we had to punt the ball. That's why those penalties are so crucial, okay? Let me go ahead and continue and finish this one off. He's 23 years old. Oh, excuse me. He's been moved around a few places in the offensive line. As the coaching staff tests each of the players' versatility. Nevertheless, Leatherwood has shown fluidity and improvement in his footwork from last year, Levi Edwards of the team's official site wrote. So the 23-year-old should show improvement in the regular season. He's entering year 2 and now has better understanding what it takes to succeed. Being back to a natural position, which assumes good is back to 100%, should also help tremendously. So, it comes to a point to where we're going to have to actually ask ourselves, is Alex Leatherwood the long-term answer to the right tackle position? Now, if you're buying Alex Leatherwood, I'm assuming you're saying he's the long-term solution to the right tackle spot. He's going to be ready to take over this year, and we're not going to question it any further. But it looks like we have some sales. CT says sell. Raiderette says sell. Let me know if you guys are selling him. Why is it you want to sell or selling on him? You don't think he's going to improve this year? SVT says buy. NorCal says buy. Kevin drops in matte black helmets. I wouldn't be mad at that. But we kind of talked about the black. Buy leather. Okay. Buy. So we're seeing a lot of buy. Sean Donahue says he's going to make that purchase. No discounts included. Okay. NorCal's buying. EG is buying most definitely. Too many drive-killing penalties as a whole last year. Yeah, way too many. That boy was off the chain. He was sabotaging the team. Daniel Kim says, I think the game was too fast for him last year, and he was way overthinking instead of just playing. That's a good point. That's a very good way to put it, Daniel Kim, and I agree with you 100% on that one. Definitely agree with you 100% on that one. Give him time like Colton Jonathan says. I'm not mad at that. I think that Leatherwood, I buy on Leatherwood. I think that Leatherwood is going to definitely progress. I think this offensive line isn't going to be a concern this year. Okay, you guys can quote me. You guys can clip it, whatever you want. I don't think the offensive line is going to be a major concern this year. When I say concern, I don't think they're going to be a top 3 concern. Okay. I think that this is going to be a hot, this is damn near hot take. Y'all get ready for this. Buckle up. I think the wide receiver room is going to be a bigger concern than the offensive line this year. Okay? That is one of my hot takes. I think the wide receiver room will be a bigger concern than the offensive line this year. Okay? That's just what I think. This is what I think. Snyder says we need Hankins and Mullen back soon off pup list if we want to start the season good. 100%. Tragedy says I honestly think Wood is a natural guard, but a sell if he can do it. Okay. We'll see what happens. Coach is going to be key. I believe in this coaching staff when it comes to the offensive line. I really do. I believe in this coaching staff when it comes to this offensive line. Everyone needs to remember Colton Miller when he started. Yeah, you have to give offensive linemen time to progress. Like you have to. There's no question about that. All right, you have to give them time. I'm with you. I'm not worried about this line this year. Got a real O-line coach. 100%, Mike. Shout out to Mike following up with that. We do have a real offensive line coach. You know what I mean? We've been going at it about Tom Cable, and boy, I'm glad that we're able to find something new. We the people. Shout out We the People. He says somewhat, not really. If Devontae goes down, all we got is Renfro. Somewhat, not really. Yeah, it's just like I said. That's gonna be my hot take. Like I said, that's gonna be my hot take, and I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna stand on that one. Most definitely. Daniel Kim says, why do you think the wide receiver room is questionable? It's going to be fire battle for that wide receiver 3 spot. Now, I don't think the wide receiver room is questionable. I wouldn't really use that word. DK. But what I would say is I feel like this offensive line has great depth, all right? Because when you look across the entire offensive line, we have the same starters as last year. And in my opinion, last year on the second half of the season, our offensive line played actually pretty well. So all those guys are returning. Now, can you imagine having an entire offensive line that started for you last year, and that same offensive line is young, healthy, and is returning the very next year? You can only imagine like they would only get better, right? That same 5 guys, think about it. Colton Miller, John Simpson, Andre James, Alex Leatherwood, Brandon Parker. All 5 of those same guys come back starting as a group. They can only be better, right? I feel like they can only be better. Now, I'll even add that we get better coaching, better positional coaching, and we bring in more offensive linemen. And we only got healthier. So that's why I look at that like, okay, now our offensive line should be in a lot better position. But when it comes to the wide receiver room, really you look at it and it's like, okay, we got Devontae Adams. That's it. That's it. And all it will take will Devontae Adams to be out for a week here, a week there. And then our wide receiver room is somewhat questionable. If you go into a game and your starting receivers are Keelan Cole, Matt Hollins, and Hunter Renfrow, it's not a bad wide receiver room, but it's not a good wide receiver room as good as wide receiver room when you have Devontae Adams. That's kind of what I'm saying. And once he drops off of the outside of the wide receiver room, then I would put the wide receivers as more of a concern than our offensive line. So that's pretty much what I'm saying. Shout out everybody in the chat, man. We're about 180 deep. If y'all can, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If y'all new here, make a play and rate that joint. Raiders Football Talk is in the building. Keep a lookout. Me and this dude about to do a collab real soon. We're about to do a collab real soon. So y'all keep a lookout for that, most definitely. Shout out to Andy pulling up on us. Best believe. Always welcome. He said, my primo, Andy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out Andy for pulling up on us, man. O-line's never really been fire on Super Bowl teams. Always D needs to be on point. Yeah, 100%. And I've made that case about the defense. For those, if you don't know, you have to have a top 10 defense to win a Super Bowl. Nothing around it. What is that? Someone trying to call me, but I'm busy. I'm on live with the nation. You know what it is. If you want to win a Super Bowl, you have to have a top 10 defense. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. I'm sorry. There's literally no way around it. So this defense has to be top 10 if we want to win a Super Bowl. Don't put that wide receiver room concern out there. You called it last year. Look, man, Mike, and this is the thing. I will say certain stuff, and then people will be like, oh, you jinxed us. So, like, when I said, man, we better not draft Alex Leatherwood, and we drafted him, everybody, man, you jinxed us. And then that's why, and then I said, oh, shit. I mean, if we jinxed this, we better not draft Trayvon Merrick, and then we drafted Trayvon Merrick. So it was kind of a running joke. But then I had said that, so, you know, let me knock on wood. I'm knocking on wood. Knock on wood if you're with me. Come on, let's get it out the way. What's good with you, Edgar V? Shout out Edgar V for pulling up on us, man. They should be better, Luis says. They should be. They should be. They should be better. Yes, sir. They definitely should be. So we'll see. James Worthy Evans in the building. What's good with you, man? Glad you're able to pull up, man. Glad to see you in the building with us, man. What's good with you, folks? Ant is in the building. AP, what's up with you, man? TC says, Hollins over Zay. We upgraded in the wide receiver room all the way around. 100%, TC, 100%. I can't even debate that. We definitely upgraded our wide receiver room. But all I'm saying is that all it will take, I'm not even going to say it no more. I don't even want to say it because people will say I'm jinxing stuff. But that's all I'm saying. That's my hot take. My hypothesis on them getting equal reps is because they are trying to prepare for certain teams' pass rushers ready to take. But I hope Leatherwood improved from last year. Okay, that does make sense. That definitely does make sense. Now, with you saying that, are you somewhat implying that we could potentially change the offensive line based on who we're playing? So, like, if we're playing a certain defensive or playing a certain team, then we'll have Brandon Parker starting. But if we're playing this team, then we're going to have Leatherwood starting. Is that what you're saying? Or just that one starter? I definitely think that would just get that one starter. But Louis says Raid had inside sources with Gruden draft. No, hell no, man. They may say you're a menace. Menace to society. Raid, we don't have a top 10 defense. Eric Delk says we don't have a top 10 defense, and we don't. And we don't. And this is why I kind of brought up the subject earlier of, look, every year we go into the season being excited, ready to win a Super Bowl, ready to win 11, 12 games. But our defense has yet to step up. Our defense has yet to be inside the top 20 in the last 15 years or so. I mean, I've looked this up myself, sat there and did the research, okay? And I'm telling y'all, you have to have a top 10 defense. And if our defense is not going to be top 10 this year, then we could go ahead and kiss the Super Bowl goodbye. Now, the offense has to be top 10. Like, with everything we've done on the offensive side of the ball, bringing in Adams, signing Derek Carr, we gave Hunter Renfrow a big contract. We plan on giving Waller a big contract. This offense has to be top 10, top 5. Excuse me. This offense has to be top 5, right? So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But this is kind of the question, though. Can you see our defense as top 10? Top 10 defense. Queen says, shirt is fire. Appreciate you, Queen. You should be getting your gear soon. You should be getting your gear soon. You should be. Keep a lookout. Definitely keep a lookout. TC said our O-line is going to be okay. Yep, shout out TC. And if y'all want to become a member of the channel, all you got to do is click the join button, become a member. Best way to support the channel. It is a great way to support the channel as we start to get the season cracking off. And also want to drop a reminder real quick that, remember, every hour before every game, we do go live for the pregame special. So an hour before every game this year, including preseason, an hour before the game, we will be live on Ready to Tape, talking Raiders football, going to be breaking down the game. So make sure y'all pull up for that. Our ain't top 10 neither. Is our O-line, and secondary is questionable. Okay. Shout out to the Queen. Make sure y'all raid them likes. Listen to the Queen. Queen Raider Red tell y'all to raid them likes. Maybe y'all listen to her. Queen says, yeah, I'm excited. Yes. We all are. William Murch is in a building. Shout out William Murch. He says, we have to solve the defensive tackle position. Thank you, William. Yes, I've been saying this. When we do, we will be top 10. I agree. Me and William Murch, so I had to look at your comment because I agree with you, bro. And I will buy my hotel in Glendale for a second weekend in February. Woo! That boy got it going. That boy got it going off. Shout out to William Merchant for dropping that chat, man. Dropping that comment. Look, we have to solve that defensive tackle position if we want to be top 10. Okay? It's that simple. We have to have a better defense. This is why defensive tackle is my number one concern going into the season. Think about teams that are very good. Think about the Bucs. The Bucs won a Super Bowl the year before last. They had great defensive line. They had great defensive tackles. Their defensive tackles were arguably better than their edge rushers. They had JPP and was it Shaq? I can't remember his name. It's not Shaq. What is it? Who's the other edge rusher on the Bucs? I'm drawing a blank. Barrett. Shaquille Barrett, I believe. So it is Shaq. It was Shaq and JPP, but they have Vita Vea as defensive tackle and Dominican Sue. Two great defensive tackles. Look at the Super Bowl winning champs last year, the Los Angeles Rams. Okay, the Los Angeles Rams. They got freaking Aaron Donald in the middle of that defense, okay? And this is why I feel like we need to have that defensive tackle that's going to come in and wreck shit, okay? You think about the Patriots last year, a lot of people say, oh, we got these guys from the Patriots. They went and drafted Christian Barmore. They went out of their way to trade and get Christian Barmore, defensive tackle. So unless this regime thinks that Matthew Butler or Neil Farrell are going to develop very fast and become that defensive tackle we need, then I don't know. That is my number one concern, though. Defensive tackle, number one concern. Just think about the great defensive lines. They have good defensive tackles. You cannot sleep on DTs. You can't. You just can't. Shout out to NorCal Jesse. He says, check out the merch at redemptionbrand.com. Yes, sir. If y'all don't know, you guys can find shirts like this and hats like this at redemptionbrand.com. And also, if you want to find a pin like this one, The Nation, you can go check out the boy Raider Nation on Instagram. He does have the pins. I got it off of Instagram. So shout out to him, man. You know what I mean? Tapped in. He's tapped in with me. I'm tapped in with him. That's the Nation for us, man. You always got to support the Nation. You feel me? I got a bunch of other stuff too. Pins from Dark Side. Shout out to Dark Side. He got these pins. These things are chunky, yo. These things are chunky. He got these pins. Woo! The thing upside down. Look like a Super Bowl ring. That thing look like a Super Bowl. Could you imagine? Woo! But these are pins. Dark Side has these ones. If I can get it to focus a little bit. Dark Side does have these pins. These things are fire, actually. Chunky, great quality. I got all three of them. Dark Side. Make sure y'all go check them out. These things are fire, especially on the camera. When I put them on camera, them things look fire. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out to Dark Side for hooking a brother up, though. Yes, sir. Appreciate that. CT says, I say let's grab Will Fuller or Julio Jones purely incentive based. That's an interesting topic I haven't heard in a while, CT. Now, we definitely would have to cut. There would definitely have to be a surprise cut. And I would see one of these guys coming in probably a lot later, a lot closer probably to the regular season. Now, it would be interesting. I feel like there's going to be a surprise cut coming from that wide receiver room. But at the same time, we could definitely be seeing everybody staying. We could keep Hollins and Cole. We could keep Hollins, Cole, Tyron Johnson, Hunter Renfrow, and Devontae Adams. Hey, man, I swear, man. Nobody ever want to call me all day, but all of a sudden I'm live. I mean, it is early. Let's not start. Samuel Adams was nasty in 0-2 for the Raiders. We need some nastiness in there. Yes, sir. Raid, who's our second string quarterback? I got Gabbers out of Cal. Dude's tape is fire. Gabbers, honestly, I don't know, man. I definitely have to look into that. But I have to say it's going to be, the dude we traded for. I think it's the dude we traded for. I'm honestly drawing a blank. Jarrett Stidham. I think it's going to be the dude we traded for, man, honestly. That's just what I think it is. Definitely a crucial position, but that's who I think it's going to be. Fluffy says you capping. Hold up, Fluffy. Capping on what? Are we getting sued how you said? Hold on. Who said we was getting sued? Who said we were getting sued? If you watch my video, when I had talked about Sue, I had even said that I feel like that dude's playing, and I wasn't 100% on getting Sue. I wasn't 100%. I feel like Sue kind of be playing games, and he's trying to play with the Raiders because he did it before. He did it in 2018, I think it was. He was playing games. He was supposed to come in and actually, talk, maybe even work a deal. But Sue ended up canceling and flaking on the Raiders and never came in and went and signed with the Bucs. So, and then even after watching Sue's tape, I was like, he just reminds me of Solomon Thomas at this point. Like, I'm not even going to cap. He's better than Solomon Thomas. He is, and he still has here and there some able to get some pass rush. But a lot of his sacks were just like secondary. You know what I mean? Like Vita Vea was out there wreck. He was next to Vita Vea, Shaq Barrett, and JPP. I mean, I'm not all in on Sue, but I never have been all in on Sue. But at the same time, if we brought him in, I wouldn't be mad. I just feel like he'd be playing too many games, and he's really in it for the money. But whatever. He can bring a chip on his shoulder. He can bring that nastiness to the Raiders defense. As long as he doesn't cause any penalties or do anything stupid. Okay. Fluffy, you out here just trolling now. Fluffy's just trolling. He said, let's get us calling Kaepernick. Let's re-sign John Gruden. That boy Fluffy, man, just out here BSing. Tubby in the building. What's good with you, man? Christopher Chapman, what's good with you? He said, I think Rock Sin gonna surprise Raider Nation. I think he's our biggest dark horse superstar. Look, man, I'm not even gonna lie to you, brother. I don't think Rocky Sin is a dark horse superstar. I think he's a superstar. I'll be straight up with you. He's my favorite corner on this team. He's my CB1. And if you look at him last year, his man coverage grade and his man coverage rank, grade, whatever you want to call it, his tape looked pretty good. Okay. There was times he would get burnt. I'll be honest. There was times he would get burnt. He would get lost in the sauce. But that happens to every single corner in the league. You go watch Jalen Ramsey tape. You go watch Jair Alexander, Tre'Davious White. They all end up getting burnt like that. But Rocket Sin, I do like him. He is my CB1, Chris. And I appreciate you dropping that, man. He you know what? I'll give you that. He is a dark horse, dog. He is a dark horse because he's not getting talked about enough to be considered a superstar, I would say. So your comment definitely does stand, brother. It definitely stands. Eric Delp says, I don't see us ever starting Jarrett Stidham over Carr. Is gone. We need to start trading the next guy. No, I don't think he would start over Carr, but he's definitely a backup. Wasn't that the question? I thought someone asked if it was a backup. I don't think anybody ever would believe me saying Jarrett Stidham would start over Carr. I want someone who wants to be here. Let's Phylon and Richardson. I love to bring Phylon in. I don't know how healthy he is. I heard that he's supposed to be, getting back into his groove. He's not wearing a brace anymore, so we'll see what happens. Exactly, Luis. Everybody gets burned. But hey, man, we're on the end tail of this live. If y'all can, make sure to hit that like button. I hope we can get over 100. I hope we have over 150 likes at least. You know, I love doing these lives. Remember, we go live every morning, Monday morning, okay? Every Monday morning at 8:45, we go live for Good Morning Nation. Make sure y'all tune in, turn on those notifications. And if your notifications ain't working, you got to just hit the bell and then turn the bell back on. Also, every game, an hour before the game, we go live for a pregame. So if y'all didn't know, if y'all new here at Rated Tape, we do go live every hour before the game. Just to talk some things before the game so we can get some ideas rolling, what to look out for when viewing the game. And also, I am going to be going live during the evenings on Thursdays. So Thursday evenings, I'm going to be going live with you guys because I know a lot of people have been hitting me up saying, you only go live in the morning. You only go live Monday morning, and people aren't able to catch it. People are just, it's just too early. It's not a good time because people are actually working. So I really wanted to do a live during the evening to when people are off work. And so we'll start to get back into those groove of things. So make sure y'all tune in this Thursday evening, let's say 7 o'clock this Thursday. We will drop a live. And then next week, make sure y'all pull up every Monday, Good Morning Nation. We go live at 8:45. And then next week, we got a preseason game, y'all. So it's time to turn up and it's time to get ready because football is on the way, okay? So let's get that thing going. Appreciate everybody that pulled up. I'm getting a little bit too hyped. I know. Let me calm down. Football is near. Finna run through a wall. But that's how we cracking this year. Shout out to AJ Simpson for dropping the comment. Appreciate you, brother. Said it fire show, Ray. Appreciate you, man. It's always appreciative when you guys pull up, all right? It's always appreciative when you guys pull up. See, Snyder says, I'm 2 hours ahead of you at Illinois. Yeah. So some people are ahead, man, but some people are actually, on my time still. Right now it's 10 o'clock. Some people don't really pull up. Some people are kind of like, I don't know, still sleeping. I don't know what people be doing, man. I wake up, I go to the gym. I got to get that work in. And, man, you know what? And something, I hate to end it like this, but, it was tough for me because I probably wasn't going to go live. Because I actually lost my dog this weekend, for those who don't know. And it was pretty tough. I've never lost a family pet. I never lost a family pet or something like that. But man, I came home, I was kayaking. I came home and I found my dog, man. And I was devastated. I'll be honest. I was devastated. So if you guys noticed, the whole weekend, Friday and the whole weekend, I didn't post anything. It's because I came home Friday and I found my dog. So, I was messed up, man. I was messed up. I ain't even gonna cap. I was messed up. And, I ran, I grabbed her, and at first it didn't really hit me. At first it really didn't hit me. And I'm like holding her and it just messed me up, man. But, Yeah, man, this just messed me up, man. But yo, so I gotta, I've been trying to bounce back for that, and I wasn't even gonna go live, but man, I was feeling like shit, yo. I ain't gonna cap on you, man. This shit messed me up. Holding her and sitting there with her, trying to think like I could do something for her, and then realizing like she was gone, and like, man, that shit was terrible. But man, next week got a preseason game, y'all. Next week, man, I'm drawing a blank. Next week we got a preseason game. Appreciate y'all pulling up because this really helped me. You feel me? Just trying to get my mind off of things and just getting back into the groove of the week. Went to the gym this morning. I'm feeling better. So I appreciate everybody here. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. RIP to Kirby. Her name was Kirby. You feel me? Her name was Kirby. I appreciate everybody in the comments, y'all. I appreciate everybody that pulled up, man. Thank you guys for being here with me and helping me. Until next time, y'all. Remember, Thursday, I'll pull back up for you guys. Appreciate you guys being here and helping me out with this. I'm going to go ahead and get off, man. Until next time, y'all, ready to take.